working. I can hear it. It's your turn, by the way.
Welcome to the Get Offset podcast. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Emily, and I'm going to edit that out so nobody knows what happened that made you pause.
Yeah, they'll never be able to guess that the music restarted itself. And yep.
He's a liar.
I've been accused of many things, and that's not even the worst of them. So
That's not even. Nobody's ever accused you of lying.
never.
No. You definitely wouldn't have lied about that.
No.
No.
Not once. Yeah.
Never lied. No. I the intro restarted. I don't know how to turn off that infinity symbol, so it's no big deal.
It is what it is. I'm not too worried about it.
It happened. It's behind us. It's officially behind us. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. It's okay. It's okay.
But not like physically behind us, man. But like in the timeline of eternity, bro.
Time is a flat circle. Speaking of which, the mask mandate's back in Washington. I'm fine with that, honestly. Like, sure, it's okay.
It doesn't bother me if I'm being.
It is what it is. I kind of barely stopped wearing masks, honestly.
No, the only place that it's going to take some getting used to again wearing a mask indoors is the gym. Because that's not sucks. Fun. Like I recognize that I'm still getting the oxygen that I need. It's not about that. It's more about like breathing in really hard and tasting my mask.
Yeah, like the ones that have kind of more like shape and form are a lot better. Like, do you have one of the Under Armour ones that kind of has more form to it?
No, I've just been wearing disposable masks.
Like the KN95s?
No, I usually just wear surgical masks in there.
Oh yeah, those will come right back in, right into your mouth hole.
So like step one with like acclimating a mask is acclimating to the smell of your own breath, and then step two at the gym apparently is tasting your own breath. And I don't recommend, especially first thing in the morning. I usually haven't. This is probably too much information. I don't. If I roll out of bed at 5:45 in the morning to get to the gym,
can't we just avoid it though? I wanted to hear about what your breath tastes like, dude. I'm not your wife. So, I'm trying to enjoy my breakfast smoothie.
What I'm trying to say is I brush my teeth after I get home from the gym. But
ew,
it's too early.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Dude, you're just brush your teeth when you wake up. That's like good. Especially if you're like a mouth breather at night, which all of us are at some point. Ugh. Nasty.
Add that to the list of things I've been accused of. So how you been?
I've been good. You know, I've the Sunday Crush show at Connor Byrne on Saturday the 28th is officially on. Very excited. We're really feeling good about the mask mandate for that one. Feeling more confident. Had a rehearsal. Kind of working through the set list. Gonna practice again a couple more times just to get ready for that show. Then I have another show with Jerf playing bass at the Tractor Tavern on the 2nd. So gonna have a busy week for shows, and then a little break. So it's gonna be good. I'm excited to play in front of human beings. And what's interesting, what's kind of wild is that even though the Sunday Crush record came out on Black Friday last year, we've never played those songs in front of people. We haven't played those songs in front of people since the album came out. We've played them in front of people lots of times before the album came out, but not since. So, like, if you're in Seattle, please come out, show us some love. Vax or negative COVID test in the past 48 hours, and masks are required. And we'll have merch. Yes. So we're thrilled. We might throw in some fun nostalgic covers in there, and there's going to be some new stuff probably. So.
Oh.
Yes,
you have my intrigue.
Intrigue. Yes. Yes. So that's just part of my what's new. Today I'm going to be auditioning a new drive section for my Sunday Crush pedal board. So I think I'm going to try to film a video based around that right now. And for most of last year, I had the Chase Bliss Benson collab, the Automaton Mark II. But just because I'm playing some outdoor gigs this fall, and some bar gigs, like that was so great for the live streams, to have that much control. It's such, a nice pedal that I think I'd rather play some kind of more robust pedals.
Sure.
I don't really want to put that one in risk. So I'm going, like, for the place of that one, I can fit a couple of other dirt pedals, maybe put a fun little filter pedal in there.
Did you ever order one of the lids for the Automaton?
No, I'm going to message them and see if I can get one. Because I have that, and I also have their reverb unit that I never filmed a demo of because I bought it. That's very much a studio tool. Oh God, it is so beautiful. Oh my God. And people have been asking me for a while to do a video about the Sunday Crush pedal board. So I am finally going to do that. Figure out a way to film that, because it's a pretty big pedal board, because of course my amp is basically on the board.
Right.
When I say big, I don't mean a lot of stuff on it. It's like numerically, it's just it's
physically
right
large.
Now,
pedals
it's physically
of size.
Large. Yeah, because I try to like do a lot with a little. So I have the Ernie Ball Volume Pedal Junior. Right now I have the Crowther Hotcake driving the Chase Bliss preamp Mark II, going into the Somersault by Caroline, and then I have the Enzo, and then I also have the preset controller for the Enzo going into the Milkman, and that's that's everything. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah, and I also want to change the right now I have the plate reverb on the Milkman. I want to make sure I get that back to the spring reverb.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and then I bought this is my last thing. Oh, it's not my last thing. I got some what's news.
Okay.
I got the Beavis and Burkhead
yes, you
limited
did.
edition big ear pedal with limited edition artwork. It's a Beavis and Butthead themed distortion pedal. I forget the exact cause this went to, but it was a charity pedal, so I was excited to buy it. And look at can you see and read my serial number on it?
Yep.
60CH9. They sent me 69. Thank you, Grant and Karen. I feel blessed by that number. And then I also got the official Rocket music gear strap.
Nice. Oh yeah.
That has all their pedals on it. So thank you. I'm very happy. But the last thing I have to cover, because I'm just such a fucking idiot. Oh my God, dude. So our Patreon supporter David Ishizaka, like a year ago, had sent me his submarine pickup, and he said, "Oh, just hold on to it for as long as you need it. Film some content. It'll be really fun. Send it to Grant and Karen when you're done." I was like, "Cool, yeah, I will. Thank you so much. It's really nice of you." And then I never filmed it because I got real busy. And oh my gosh, I'm just so stupid. And I misplaced it. And then he was like, "Hey, my brother's getting into guitar or something. Could you send it back?" And I was like, I know it's in my house. So then I was like, I just want to get it back to him. I ordered a new one. And I had been looking for the box that he shipped it in, because obviously he shipped it in a bigger box than it came in. I couldn't find it. And I knew that Rick and I had moved a bunch of boxes. So I was like, kind of like, well, it's in my house. So I know if I order a new one, the worst case scenario is I own one now. Like, that's the only scenario is that I own one now. And like literally the moment I see the box, that comes in, and I open the box and I see it. I'm like, I look to my right. I'm like, damn it! I see it.
Yep.
And I open it, and I know that I'd opened this box before, and I had seen this little clock, and I thought, that ain't it. And I just, instead of like looking through the box, taking the thing off and seeing that obviously it was in there, I just put the lid back on the box like a friggin' idiot. Could save myself 20 pounds. But now I have it. So I'm gonna try to do some fun stuff with that this weekend. I still can't find the OC5 that I loaned you and that you gave me back. So I
actually just rearranged my office again.
I know. The thing is, I know you gave it back because I remember thinking, I thought you were holding on to that for a while longer. So I probably got like moved under my sofa, honestly. Like it probably just is under there somewhere.
Fair enough.
It's not a big deal. I feel like a dweeb.
Well, now you just have an excuse to film a video using 2 submarines for
I know.
some
I'm
reason.
excited. I think that I'm going to do, like, I borrowed back I have another octave pedal, so I'm obviously going to do like some bass string octave stuff.
Sure.
I'm open to suggestions on what to do with the other one. Behind the pickup, behind the bridge.
That could be fun.
Master.
Yeah. That's actually a good idea. I like that.
What should I do with behind the bridge? Maybe the microcosm?
That would be neat. Just kind of get some pad going underneath everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like sub pad.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really fun to do for like some finger style ambient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have a lot of options. But it's going to be just like so many cables coming out of the guitar. I'm going to need to get like, I have the, I wish Master's Effects still made the Alchemist because it really was such a neat little device. And I have the split meld from Old Blood, and I have another ABY splitter. I probably have several ABY splitters actually. That utility stuff, like you just really can't have enough of those kinds of pedals.
Agreed.
Yeah, I can even just put them into a couple different amps or signal chains, and have I have plenty of inputs in my audio interface, so many options.
Options.
Ack. What's new with you?
I rearranged my office again.
Nice.
No, so you'll see that the couch isn't behind me anymore.
I miss the couch being behind you, but I get needing to move a couch.
I have moved it over here, which is where my workbench was. I put my workbench underneath the window over here. And after kind of looking around, I also had a big old bookshelf right here. So I pulled the bookshelf out entirely. The bookshelf was like at the end of my desk, so I couldn't even access the bottom half of the shelves.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
This is such a small room that having something so tall made it feel like a much smaller room. And we wanted to put that in the living room. So we've now put it in the living room, and we can access the shelves, sort of. So it's now up against the couch in the living room, and it sticks out just enough to where the bottom shelf is now a hidden cat bed area.
Oh, yeah. I like that kind of dealio. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I've moved the workbench over here, and I just need to take the end off. It's a modular bench, so I can take it's got like wings, extendable wings to make it longer or shorter. So I just need to adjust that, but now I can have my workbench here. I've moved the couch over here, and that freed up this wall. And I don't know if you'll see this in the camera shot. Well, maybe barely. But my amp is down there.
Nice.
Right in front of an outlet. One of 2 outlets in this room that actually has a ground plug.
Cool.
So,
because your house is kind of old.
Yeah, I've like 3/4 of the outlets in the house don't have a ground plug. There's usually only one per room.
Yeah, I in my house in Nashville, I'd had to buy some converters.
Right, which aren't necessarily the safest things, but
Well,
Anyways, the whole point
Yeah.
of like this being exciting is a couple of things. Is one, if I've got someone like a friend over, like I've had a couple of friends over the last couple of months, like, oh yeah, let's go hang out in the office. And then like I'll sit here and I'll want to like show them something on the computer, and they're sitting right behind me going, what are we looking at? So now having like having it right here, now I can pretend like I'm their therapist. Um, but
Yeah.
it's a much more collaborative space. Downside is that this won't be as useful for sitting down and watching TV since I don't have a TV. Therefore, this is my TV.
Yeah, I like having my sofa is over there, and
Mm-hmm.
so like I can swivel my monitor over that direction. And I've done that
Oh.
before. Yeah. So I can swivel my monitor, I can pivot my one of my JBL speakers
Mm-hmm.
that way too, so I can hear everything that's going on. So I just kind of turn it all. Um, I've done some like listening to some presentations and stuff that way. Done like a Hulu show on my lunch break or whatever that way if
Sure.
I really wanted to like vibe. But I like doing that because if I have somebody over, I can just like kind of move the monitor over, like, oh hey, yeah, like let me show you how this is working out, and just kind of like shuffle it over to show them, or they can like grab a chair and they can sit next to me if they need to, that kind of thing. Or we can just be like talking and kind of going over ideas. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, let's like lay that down. Let's discuss it. So like, at least you can like kind of like pivot and talk more easily
Yep.
versus if somebody is behind you. So I love that idea. I think it's a great idea.
Yep. I'm pretty hyped on it actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I had a friend over a couple of nights ago as well to chat about some Fox Cairo stuff, and yeah, we were able to like sit down like, oh yeah, here you go, and I just like tilted the monitor and here's this and here's this and just showing them everything that I do for the business. And yeah, I mean, it was just a much better feel. Now, downside is I've now taken out a bookshelf, which is storage space, and I've then rearranged everything, and I've only hung up one shelf to add storage space to make up for it. So
Yeah.
I mean, you can sort of see the chaos a little bit peeking out at the edges of my camera here, but farther outside of the camera, it's a little chaotic in here. But I think by the end of
Yeah.
the weekend, I can have this back into a functional space again. And the hope and I think the reasonable outcome here is going to be that this is a much more functional space, which
Yeah.
will free me up to not be constrained by my space.
I feel that my space is essentially like it undulates. It will go pretty frequently from being like it's pretty much always functional, like from what people see on screen, but just off screen, it can it's pretty disastrous sometimes. Like
Sure.
right now, because I'm going to film this weekend a couple of interesting videos that I haven't kind of filmed that kind of content before, the audition videos. So that's going to obviously involve pulling things on and off of pedal boards or putting things in an order, taking them out, taking them in. So I have like a couple pedal boards out because I want to build a little bitty baseboard for jerf situations. And that's going to involve like a DI cab for at least one of the shows. So I'm going to have the, I think it's called the Downtown Express, the Fender bass workstation kind of thing. I'm going to probably have a drive pedal on that as well. I don't love the overdrive on that pedal, but I really like the compressor on it,
Sure.
and the EQ, and the mute and the tuner out. So obviously I need those three. I need at least three pedals on that board. Perhaps a filter for one of the songs I think could kind of benefit from some sort of filter. And then the Sunday Crush video, of course. And then I might do a third kind of mini-esque board. I'm thinking I want to have another board kind of built around a Tone Master amp that I might be getting.
All
Because I
right.
think it would be cool to have like a lightweight amp instead of just like the DI amp with the cab that I use sometimes. And those do have digital spring reverb, which I think sounds pretty good. But you know, I have it's not visible in this video, it's visible in a lot of videos, the Surfy King real spring reverb.
Right.
I'd love to have that on a board and kind of build a board around that analog spring reverb unit. Because if you can have like this like super reverb, it has like a pretty good sounding tremolo, and you can just like make up for the fact that it has a digital spring that not everybody likes and drop in this analog spring unit that you already have. Like,
right.
Why the hell wouldn't you build like an entire board around that unit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I, at least? So, I mean, I have that other Fender case, the tweed case that fits that medium-sized squatch board that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have the Fender engine room level 10 that level 8 that has the 12 fold outs, and that's what the Surfy Bear runs on. So I'm like, I have like everything I need to run that
Right.
effectively, more than effectively. So like if I get things on boards, then I'm getting them off of walls. So yeah, I've lots of plans. And this weekend I'm also gonna hopefully clear off my workbench in the garage. It was kind of a mess in there. I had to get a new boxing bag. The one that I got through Fight Camp was a dud. I don't really want to get too into it because no one gives a shit about my boxing regimen. But basically, it wasn't pulling down over the base, and it wasn't my fault. And the new one they sent us pulls down perfectly over the base, so there's going to be a lot less the bag moving around the garage while I'm working out, which will be fantastic. But it was kind of a wreck in there because
I think you're just too strong, and that's what's causing the bag to move around.
Guns.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Earthquake.
All right.
Duck for cover.
Close enough?
Sure.
All right. Don't remember what I was talking about, but it's fine.
Well, glad to hear that you survived the earthquake. That was frightening. It's amazing I also didn't feel it over here.
Yeah, we're editing that out, but the clamp.
You gotta leave in a little bit of it.
Ah! Yeah, my webcam fell. Oh well. You can support Get Offset on Patreon at patreon.com/getoffset. We are so close to forcing Andrew to cover the Wiggles in a hardcore genre of his choice.
Yep.
And I'm very excited about it.
That is supposed to be happening.
I think we're like $5 or $10 away. So if you support us at the $5 a month level, you get access to our exclusive Discord server.
Yep.
And it is a fun, supportive community filled with respect.
Is the Wiggles cover going to be only for patrons?
I think so.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair.
I think if you want to be able to hear the nonsense that's in progress right now, yeah. We're not sharing this with everybody. I think that's reasonable.
I think that's fair. Because they're the ones who made it happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exclusive content.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get other exclusive content too.
That is true.
And early access to things and exclusive access to us and other fun stuff. It's a good time. It's a good time over there. It's a good time. We also have merch at getoffsetpodcast.com/shop. And if you want to support the show in a way that doesn't require any financial support from you, you can rate, review on iTunes, and you can like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Yeah.
Both of those are excellent ideas.
Yeah. I think you can also subscribe on Spotify and all that stuff, but whatever. Cool. And this episode of Get Offset is sponsored by Caroline Guitar Company. I had mentioned earlier that their Somersault is on the official Sunday Crush board. Both myself and my bassist used the Somersault, and it is pretty essential to the Sunday Crush sound at this point. it is a chorus and vibrato, and it is just a wonderful pedal. It's very underrated on bass. I wish more people would play it on bass. It just is surprisingly good. It's very lush.
Sure.
Lovely chorus sounds. So check that out for guitarists and bassists all over the world. Caroline Guitar Company Corporation.
Well, there we go.
Yes,
there you
there
have
we
it.
do go. There we do go. Nice. So, this week was an interesting week for one of my friends, another Emily H. This Emily H.
All those Emilys.
Is not a guitarist. She is a harpist, and you may know her as Emily Harpist. She has a YouTube channel, and she went viral this week. She has a video that has well over 500,000 views at this point.
Oh, that kind of viral. Goodness.
Oh, yeah. We really have to be specific in this day and age.
Right.
Don't we? But she had a video where she was playing I believe it was an Electro Foods pedal, perhaps some other distortion pedals, through her harp. And it got on the first page of the Nerdist of Yahoo News, was covered a lot of places. I went into band practice for my Americana project where I play bass, Jerf, and the singer Jeff came in. He was talking about how he saw this really cool video of this woman who was playing distortion pedals through a harp. And I was like, Emily, yeah? And he's like, yeah, she's great. I'm like, oh, I love Emily. We're friends. Yeah, we're friends. He's like, oh God, I just love her. I'm like, yeah, we talk a lot. We talk pretty much every day. He's like, oh, so you're friends. And I told her, and she about it. She thought it was funny, and she sent a message to him on Instagram, and it just like made his fucking day. He was more impressed that I knew her than like with me in general. I was like, okay. I see how
just
it
that
is.
Casual name drop in there.
Yeah, sometimes you have to, just to prove that I was like being honest. But
right.
But when with success like that comes a lot of really rude and mean comments, and of course her video was no exception. Most of the comments were extremely supportive and enthusiastic, and people just loved it. They thought it was funny. It sounded great. It was so cool. And there have been like TikTok duets that were really cool and that she was sharing, and just I've seen such great stuff come out of this video. And I've seen some really mean comments come out of this video. Things like ranging from general misogyny to oh, I bet her boyfriend made her do this. She can't even play. I'm like, you can listen to this and be like, Bish can play. Like,
just for the like, have you ever tried to play a harp?
Yes, it is hard.
Yes, I've tried once, and I in 30 seconds, like, oh my, no.
No, you can pick up a guitar and you can learn like 3 chords in 30 minutes and be able to struggle through like Jumper by Third Eye Blind. Yeah. You can like learn a song on guitar in an hour. I'm not confident you can do that with the harp.
Well, and for me, like, I remember like trying to like sit there, and I'm not even sure what way I'm supposed to hold it. I just assume something like this.
I think it's like this. I think your left hand is closer to your body than the right.
It's like fisticuffs, but open-handed.
It's like southpaw stance.
There we go. But I remember like
it's like the Notre Dame mascot.
The more I looked at the strings, the more lost I was, because there's just so many of them. Like, I don't know if this is like a weird like I don't actually have dyslexia, but like I imagine it's kind of like the same. Like I couldn't keep track of like what was where, and at a certain point, I just like I had to like close my eyes and like, all right, there's that one, just like kind of get the feel for it. But I was completely lost. When I say get the feel for it, I mean like I managed to hit like the string I was intending to hit, even if it didn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I mean it's something that like it's a testament to practice and skill and dedication to be able to make harp your livelihood the way Emily has, and to say something like any comment that implies that she's not a real musician is laughable. Yes. And and cruel, and there's no reason to say that kind of thing. And it can only stem from a place of just jealousy and envy at her success. And I think that is really the only logical explanation for it. And it just really is a stark reminder of anytime there's success anywhere, there are going to be people who are envious of that success. Yep. And it really comes out the more you have. And anytime you do get a little bit of haters on the internet, you can be pretty sure that, especially when there's also when it's like a 90-10 ratio where most of what you're seeing is love, and then every once in a while you're seeing someone who is just saying something that's like laughably bad and so different than everybody else. That's a pretty clear indication that someone is just extremely jealous.
Totally. But I mean, like, if it's just like a handful of people who are upset, does that really have any impact on your platform? You're like, why not just just focus on the other 90%? This is
because you're a human being, and words hurt, and it takes a lot of time and energy, and for me personally, therapy to get past like those kinds of words hurting, and like being able to come to grips with the fact that like hurtful and hateful words don't matter as much, and if someone is going to be cruel to you, well then fuck them. They don't matter. And
right.
It takes a very long time, and I don't think everybody even gets there to the point where it doesn't.
Well, I mean, that's why a lot of celebrities don't read their comment sections.
Yeah, that's true. And
I mean, what is it? It's mean tweets, I think. I want to say
that's like a Jimmy Kimmel thing. Yeah,
it's because
somebody's read mean things about themselves.
They haven't read the tweets that people like write, like angry tweets about them that are floating out there.
Some do, some don't. Some people just delete them as soon as they see them. Some people respond to them. Some people invite them. Ryan Burke invites them. It's like we've done troll series before, and some people get them worse than others. I don't get them as bad as some other women on the internet get them. Some pages seem to just attract them more than other pages. My general response to mean tweets, and sometimes I'm in the mood to kind of like respond to them more than others. But my general response is just thanks for watching, because generally it's like, joke's on you. I got your view.
You're driving my traffic.
Yeah, thanks for leaving the comment, because YouTube doesn't really differentiate like your hateful ass comment to a positive one. Right. Shit, YouTube doesn't differentiate your downvote for an upvote. Engagement's engagement. YouTube doesn't give a shit, and neither do I particularly.
Right. And traffic is traffic. The more clicks you get, the more money you get. If you're YouTube.
It's not a lot of money. let's be honest. It's like,
no, for you, but I'm sure YouTube's making a lot more money off of your videos than you are. For being really honest.
Yeah, YouTube is definitely making more money off me than I'm making off YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just. So, but like getting back to it, like it's very easy and normal to be jealous of someone else's success. I mean, it's a very natural human reaction to like want what you don't have. Which reminds me, remember when I released the video about my guitars falling off the wall, and someone commented like, if you covet your guitars, then why did you hang them? And I kept saying, how can I covet something that's mine?
I did see that.
And then he kept saying like, he kept using the word covet wrong. And
right.
I'm like, to covet, like and it was just like yesterday, I'm like, oh, he read the verse like, covet thy neighbor's wife as in love thy neighbor's wife, and not want what is not yours. Like, he just did not crack open the OED on that one. Like, just read a dictionary on that one.
Merriam-Webster, clean up in aisle 4. Paging Merriam-Webster to aisle 4 for a wet cleanup.
And just to be clear to listeners, To covet means to want something that is not yours and is in fact someone else's, and like in a very yearning sort of way. To yearn for something that's not yours but is someone else's, it does not mean to love.
Correct.
So I cannot, you literally cannot covet something that belongs to you. That is like, you cannot. That is not possible.
For instance, like I can say that I covet your baritone Telecaster.
Covet away, bud. I probably
now,
could have
obviously, I don't
one.
because I'm a good boy, but I have reasonable sense of boundaries. But the point is that is how that works. Yeah.
I did buy that, so.
Jealousy.
Hey, jealousy.
Great song.
I do love the Gin Blossoms. So it's like, it's really normal to like covet, and it's normal to have jealousy. And also I have it too, band. You know, like I see other channels sometimes. Like I see them having premieres that are opportunities that I didn't get, and I'm like, oh, it would have been really cool to get that. And it's just really important for me to remind myself I have opportunities that they don't have, you know?
Exactly.
You know, I've had really cool opportunities. I got to be in the Pedal movie, and that was, you know, an opportunity a lot of other people didn't get. A lot of channels that are bigger than us didn't get, which I'm sure, you know, there are a lot of people who thought and said very vocally that I didn't deserve. Which is
but
fine.
Your boyfriend made you do it, so.
My boyfriend made me do it. Don't tell my husband.
Oh, God.
Don't tell my husband. And, you know, I have great relationships with really cool brands that I am just so happy with. And I don't want for a lot. And so when I do get those feelings, I just kind of say to myself, hey, it's really cool that like my friends and these people I respect a lot are getting these really cool opportunities. I'm just going to keep like focusing on myself and what I'm doing, and make other opportunities happen for me. And, you know, frankly, if my friends have opportunities and I kind of also want those opportunities, I'm not that embarrassed to ask them if they feel comfortable introducing me to similar opportunities. And the worst thing that they'll say is no.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
That's fine. Yeah. I think that a lot of people are just afraid of asking politely. Just very politely ask. The worst thing that someone can say is no. And
no, I think the way to convince them is just to tear them down for what they already have, and then they'll want to share from there.
Yeah, that's exactly the way to do it. It's just like really shame somebody for their success. Yeah. And that will make them want to then give you everything that they have already. That's exactly the way to do it. No, the way to do it is to just be sincere, be kind. The best advice I've ever gotten in my life is be cool. I thought I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, sincerely, the best advice I've ever gotten is be cool. And it just sounds like such shitty advice, but like, be cool. It sounds so fucking stupid, but it's like, hey, you know, relax. Don't try to force things to happen. You know, if things are meant to happen, they'll happen. If you're trying to make shit happen, if you're trying to really just shoehorn in situations where you don't belong, it's not going to make people like you more. If you advocate for yourself, but aren't pushy, that's the best thing that you can do, you know? Just focus on yourself, making yourself better, making your craft better, and advocate for yourself without being pushy. That's the best thing that you can do. Just like let people know, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. This is my mission. And I think I personally see a way that we could work together. I'd like to know if you feel the same way. And if you don't, I completely understand. Let me know if it's cool for me to like circle back at some point. And if not, it's fine. Like, it just kind of leave it at that. Like, let people know that it's fine if they don't want to have a relationship with you, because that makes people feel more comfortable that you respect their boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like letting people know that if they tell you no, that it's okay, makes them feel better. And it will make them feel more comfortable that when they do say no, that you're not going to go fucking nuclear on them, and it will
And when
actually
they do
open up
say
more.
yes, it's not because they were coerced into doing it.
Yeah, exactly, and
Yep.
and it'll open up more doors for you in the future, because because they'll know that even if you weren't, if it wasn't right between you two, it'll still keep you in their mind as if they have, if someone asks them like, hey, do you know anybody who's like might be a good match for this?
Right.
Maybe they'll think about you, because you were cool. And you were cool about something. You were cool about being told no then because it wasn't a good match, but maybe you're a good match for this other thing. And they're going to be like, they were really cool. They were really cool about that. So maybe, just being a good person really gets you a lot farther than you would think.
Yep.
And, a lot of people are going to say, but being the best at what you do should get you the farthest. And maybe. It should get you pretty far, but if you're going to be a fucking asshole all the time, it's not going to, no one's going to want to work with you.
I would make the argument that talent is a whole package. Or talent,
like that.
Well, so talent isn't the entirety of the package. Like, so who you are and the way that you present yourself is part of that whole package. And so, like,
yeah, this relationship is so. I mean, I'm sorry. This industry is so much about relationships. Do people want to be around you? Because you have to be around people. And a lot of industries are. Yeah, because you'll have to be around you for so many hours in a day, and if you fucking suck.
Yep, it's all part of the package. I mean, corporate culture has come a long way from like, what can you do, and more into a how do you do it kind of mentality. And I think that is a much more human shift in an industry that's art driven. It's a lot more natural for the humanity around it to be more central, especially like in the pedal industry, when it's so many of these smaller mid-sized businesses that really care about networking and relationship. Mm-hmm. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, absolutely. My vote goes with Hakuna Matata. Whether it be if you're networking within this industry, whether you're just a fan in the industry, watching someone like Emily skyrocket to the moon.
Yeah. Just be happy for other people's success.
Yep.
Don't be jealous about that success. I think one of the best things you can do for your own mental health, and it just really sounds like bullshit sometimes, especially when you're in a bad place. And, it's the kind of advice that it's hard to do when you're in like the darkest place in your life. And if you're in a really, really dark place, sometimes like I needed therapy to help me get to the place that I could actually start working through this and doing it, because it takes practice to completely like change that part of your brain that's like immediately going to that negative thing. It like really took a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy for me to get to that. It's like focus on the positive things, like because my automatic thought was like I automatically went to the negative thing. I automatically went to the negative thing every single time, and it took training to like recognize I was going negative and pull it back and go positive. Especially when I was thinking about myself, like I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. It's just a mistake. Anybody could do it. Just a mistake. Anybody could do it. And then just kind of working to like not be so damn mean to myself all the time.
No, I mean, that's absolutely part of it.
Yeah. So it's like, it just, and I feel better when I focus on the positives in other people, because when I am thinking about the positives in other people, I'm not worried about other people focusing on the negatives in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'd be different for everybody, but
yeah, no, that's just me that's just what's working for me personally. But I just know that like when I stopped like talking shit and judging other people, I stopped assuming other people were talking shit about and judging me. Because I just, you kind of assume other people are doing and thinking the way that you're doing and thinking.
Right.
A little bit. Even if you're not like aware of it all the time. It's true, I think. Oh, my internet connection was restored. I didn't know it went away.
I didn't know it went away. It was probably like one of those like half a millisecond, just long enough for it to trigger the notification.
My other what's new is that Rick figured out what was wrong with my internet and he fixed it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, basically I got a better Wi-Fi extender for down here. Not a mesh network, just a powered USB 3.0 extender situation.
Sure.
Yeah, actually I think it might be a 4.0. Yeah, Wi-Fi 4. One of my neighbors'
Well, there you go.
internet
Congratulations.
Wi-Fi names is 5G radiation chemtrails, and then there's Yonsei, Gwen Stefani, Stunk Bug, Computer Blue. I got a Prince fan as a neighbor. I want to meet them.
Just log into their network.
I bet I could guess a bunch of like Prince themed passwords.
So you hack into their network, and then you hack it, and then you remote into their PC once you're on there, because not everybody has RDP turned off, and you just open up a notepad that says, "Hi, this is Emily from your next door. Let's be friends. I see that you're a
you
Prince
want
fan."
to share some Prince bootlegs?
Yep.
You want to come over and watch Under the Cherry Moon? La da 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 da. You got any fun plans coming up?
My fun plan right now is to clean the kitchen and then get back in here and start rearranging and decide if I'm going to go to IKEA or not.
I want to go to IKEA.
I don't think I have time to go to IKEA because I've got a early dinner thing this evening that I have to go to.
I might be seeing our Patreon supporter Jason today.
Oh, fun.
I think I'm going to do a charcuterie plate at my place.
Nice.
Shaw. I'm excited. What if we filmed an episode of Get Offset at IKEA and just looked at the things and made a decision about whether or not this could be used for guitaring?
Well, I mean, that's why I've got where did I put it? Whew. I've got like a mini cutting board. Oh, here we go.
Could this be pedalboard?
Could this be pedalboard?
They're so small.
Aptilig.
That would fully fit in the monotic case.
That's part of my thought. Is something like really small like this. You get. I was thinking. I have to double check. I've got that Sonicake power supply, and I'm wondering if it has enough on tap to power the 3 Mako series and just make that like this little mini board.
Ooh, I think it might have like a 1200 max. So you'd be pushing it potentially. But
I think this would be the cutest little board.
It had one 500 port.
I honestly don't remember. I haven't looked at it in a while. But anyways, finding a cute way to do this, or even just a one spotter at a certain point. I don't know. If it's 3 pedals, it's probably not as big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't know what the Mako Walrus Mako.
I mean, I've got them sitting right over there, just slightly out of range for my headset. I remember it being like 300 something per pedal, like 325 or something.
Oh, that's it? Okay, that's. I was thinking they were more.
I might be misremembering. I don't know. I'll take a look at it.
I mean, I just kind of always assume 500 for things like that, which is stupid.
It's the safest assumption.
Yeah, I know. Specs. Ugh, I don't want to have to download a manual that has small font. Okay, give me 300.
Well, that might be doable.
That'd be doable, yeah. Totally. Cool. Well, that sounds like you got some fun plans. I think that I'm glad I'm feeling better than I did last weekend, which is good. I was feeling pretty like, just last week was such a weird week because, cases in King County were still going up. Not that they're like going down quite yet, but they're definitely not like
skyrocketing.
They appear to be kind of going vaguely down. The incidence rate is going down a little, which is good. It's kind of like holding steady. I always figured like Seattle's a bit of a rule follower kind of place, so
yep.
You like to see, like, I always felt like we would kind of be the kind of place where people would, pivot pretty quickly. So
City of Ross Gellers.
Yeah. Ross Kellers? What?
Ross Gellers.
Oh, from Friends.
Pivot!
Yeah.
He was also a bit of a rule follower, so.
He sucked. I think we can all agree Ross sucked. Oh, him and his stupid fake accent. Oh my god, what a dork.
I don't really have an opinion. I just thought the show was kind of entertaining. The one time I just
remember in college everyone would be like watching Friends or Gilmore Girls all the time. And I'd be
Gilmore Girls is a much better series.
Yeah, I would rather watch Gilmore Girls, but I was also like, these are the shows that you just want to watch all the time. I just want to watch stuff that was still on TV, kind of like we're already at the point where we're just watching comfort television that's off the air. Like, can we like watch stuff that's like we can have a conversation about every week? It was that. Okay, so it was that, and it was The Office, and I'm just be honest. I wanted to watch America's Next Top Model, and nobody wanted to watch it with me.
There it is. I just wanted
to watch Tyra Banks be ridiculous. Cool.
Actually, I might chop down a tree today. That's actually.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to chop down a tree.
I have a dead tree that my landlord gave me permission to chop down.
You should film that. You should do like a time lapse.
It's only like a 10-foot. It's really small.
But how long would it take you to?
Depends on if I decide I want to fill the whole thing in one go or if I want to take it in a couple of chunks.
I still think it'd be fun to time lapse it. Just for
I'm probably going to take it in a couple of chunks, even though it's way more work to do it that way.
I think it sounds like fun.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see after I eat breakfast how much energy I feel like I have today.
I should have put more milk in my smoothie because it's just so thick.
I just don't put milk in my smoothies.
Do you put water in your smoothies?
Yeah. I do spinach, protein powder, frozen strawberries, and water, and that's it.
Today I had spinach, frozen banana, strawberry Greek yogurt, chia seeds, and a touch of milk. You don't like banana.
Nope.
I know. I think Rick's going to get some PB2. I want to make sure my smoothies have protein, so that's why I'm getting the PB2. I want to make sure they have fiber, chia seeds. I want to make sure they have avocado.
I just put soluble fiber in mine.
Avocado, fiber.
Yeah.
And then spinach and fruit. No, Rick bought banana, and then it was like so green. I just chopped it up and put it in the freezer for to thaw out for either making banana bread or smoothies. So, smoothies won.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm gonna get rolling on out of here.
Roll on down the road. All right. Cool. Well, have a great rest of your weekend and next week. And to all of the folk out there, stay positive, taste negative. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily.
And my name is Andrew.
Goodbye.
Bye.